Let's get down to it with real stories. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Liv. And this is the RL. A very interesting route for our newlywed lifestyle of...
That's a tough pill to swallow.
We're here to report good news, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, but I want to do everything.
So it's like you have no idea what's going on.
We made it.
Oh, we're on. We're live.
I figure we might as well just rip it.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to another week of the RL podcast. I'm your co-host, Liv.
And I'm your co-host, Rachel. And we've got all our fur babies with us right now.
Literally. And if they stay just sleeping and chilling, we are in business. And also, apologies to everyone for how abrupt last week's episode cut off. It was just... I had to keep it all in there.
You did, but the episode was so good and so cute that it was fine and it was worth it. And who cares about the ending? Because we got all the dirty deets of the wedding.
I will say where it cut off because our audio and camera were both exhausted by how
we're in different
chatterbox
spots too.
Are we? We are. We're always on the other side.
Wait, something's different.
Interesting.
Anyways, we're rolling with it.
No, where we left off though last episode was me saying how at the reception, Hayden and I were standing on our sweetheart table chairs looking over at all of the people because it was really fun to watch all of the tables of guests that we put together were actually hanging out at the wedding. And my 2 cents on this is I feel like I go to so many weddings where you don't you're not interacting deeply with the people that you're sitting eating dinner with at your table.
Everyone's kind of
if you know them, that's
and then
cool.
everyone's how do you know?
But it's just
the bride and groom.
Hey, surface level. And meanwhile, at my wedding, we're seeing full tables, multiple, taking shots together and everything. And that speaks to the difference of a wedding as an event or I'm sorry, but this was a multi-day, that's why, because everyone met each other yesterday. People had the wedding together and the day before if you came in early. And then a lot of people were staying for still the next day. There was still another event. Yeah. The boat.
Yeah, which probably would have been all that much more fantastic because people know each other now.
Because people knew each other. So it was this hurrah of a weekend when we got to the boat that we had planned for the last day because people were so comfortable with one another by then.
Maybe that's what's going on right now. Maybe I'm not experiencing postpartum depression. Maybe I'm just experiencing the come down from the Maybe that's what's going on
Rachel's
right now.
Been saying she's in low spirits, low energies, and that it's vacation come down. Obviously,
vacation come down. Maybe we'll go with that.
You just need
another vacation.
Hey, I recently saw that in Switzerland or Netherlands or one of those very progressive Northern European countries that they've now allowed doctors to prescribe vacation.
That's why we're living in the wrong place then.
So I'm prescribing it to you, saying apparently what you need now is just to plan your next big trip. Too? God, I wish. I don't really know all the details there.
There needs to be some government funding.
Could your health insurance pay?
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I need.
You can go to specific destinations and your health insurance.
I'm prescribing you all-inclusive Hawaii. Let's go.
That would be lit.
If only.
But we kind of fell upon what we were going to talk about today because you guys don't know this, but Liv and Hayden have spent the entire weekend with us.
This is
in the
day 3 at your household. Thank you so much for welcoming us and letting us be here.
Of course. It's been a blast.
We literally have chosen a very interesting route for our newlywed lifestyle of getting all our properties rented again, meaning we are not living in any of them. So they needed space to stay, and we're hello, we've got space for you guys to stay. Please come with us. And you guys were so worried, are you sure 3 nights is okay? And I'm if I'm gonna make the bed, it's absolutely okay. Stay for 4. But also, this is the root of concern more than just being in somebody else's space and people getting exhausted because you want to feel your space is yours, especially when you have kids. But being the fact of the pets, and you've got a cat and we've got a dog.
Yes.
And that can be kind of tricky sometimes. You don't know if they're gonna get along. We're here to report good news, you guys.
Yeah, honestly, I think that they're just both uniquely it just fit Like my cat's just
Dude, your cat's so chill. Like
a very
your
chill
cat
cat.
will let my dog fully come up and like sniff in his face and like
Yes.
not bop my dog.
But your dog also is not aggressive.
No, yeah, she just wants to play. She's like,
She's-
oh my god, you look at your fluffy tail. Like,
Yeah,
let's play.
she's not aggressive at all. She wants to play, but she's not like a mean dog or anything. But it all worked out. We're one big happy familia right here. And honestly, like there's parts where it's like we hadn't actually discussed what our plans were, like our own personal plans were for
Right,
the
right.
weekend. I just assumed like, okay, like we'll probably be together for a lot of it, which we were. However, the best part about like good guests are ones that can also like do their own thing.
Oh, well, I think it's unique because while we're like a guest at your house, we're not like a guest to St. Louis, you know, like we do
Yeah.
live here too.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like we still had like our things going on, and that was really nice for us to not have to get up and go travel to be somewhere else
Yeah.
that we could
True.
be around but not at our house.
But I had canceled some plans because I was like, oh my God, if they're at my house, like I'm going to have FOMO. Like I need to stay, like I want to stay with them. I want to hang out. I want to do all this and
I
that.
totally get it.
Not knowing that they also had plans. Anyways.
I was literally like, don't cancel your plans for me. Hold on.
But it brought us to thinking about like FOMO. In case you don't know what FOMO is or what it means, it's fear of missing out, because I realize our listeners are all different generations. And maybe we should have clarified that at the beginning. But FOMO means fear of missing out on something, in case you don't know.
Fear of missing out. And honestly, I feel like it presents itself in like this level of anxiety. And I think, look, I'm no like social scientist or whatever, but I feel like it's pretty obvious and common knowledge to say, I think that the increase of FOMO has come with the increase of social media, because you know that they say, the quote that I love, comparison is the theft of joy. It's never like been more true than like wedding planning and stuff too. It's so hard to like get in your head and everything you see on Pinterest and whatever. And it's like, okay, look, I don't have Vogue magazine like shooting my wedding.
it's
Like
on
I am
Pinterest
not
for a
Selena Gomez. I
reason.
love her so much, but like, you know what I mean? Like things are going to be different, and it's comparison is the theft of joy. And having the access to social media, seeing everybody posting the top highlights of their day, their like year, their life, that's what you're like, you in your head go down this rabbit hole of comparison of like, oh my God, I missed that concert that all of these girls went to. They look amazing. It looks so much fun. Now, like, I'm scared. What if I miss the next one? Now I'm going to be sitting at home looking at that on social media, feeling down. It's like I'm scared of that feeling. And so I feel like that's where a lot of FOMO, it's so big these days because of social media.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it comes from like, I think, a deep-rooted place of also like a sort of like validation that you can get of being like, okay, I was included, or yes, I experienced that. Like, look at what I did. Look at what I did. Right. It's kind of like, would you do this if you couldn't post about it? Yes or no?
True.
Like, there's a lot of things that people do probably to just post about it.
Post. That's why I think that there's been such like a rise in concerts and stuff lately. Feel like I read that somewhere where it's like, in this world where everybody wants to like look like their lives are so fulfilled, constantly doing something, everyone's always trying to go out and do something exciting, and so concerts are like so much more prevalent.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Which is funny because it's like, if I see someone else post from their concert, I'm like, do you think I'm actually like listening to your story of like that one part of the song that sounds like shit because it was through your phone and it's like blasting over the speakers? Like,
I still love it.
but I'll still post
I
about
know,
it.
I
But,
still
like,
love it.
It's for me. And
It's hard to remember that, but like even they say couples who constantly post like about one another and like repost and comment on each other's things are generally less happy than ones that don't, because generally if that's the case of what's happening, then a big portion of your value of your relationship is how your relationship is being perceived, not how it's being felt and lived amongst you two.
Ooh. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah. Like, you know, what's important what people think looks like a good relationship or actually having a good relationship.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the problem with it. It's like you just
think your guy's romantic, or your guy actually being romantic, and you're just keeping that between you two.
Or like you just created this and you said, get in the photo. Okay, pretend like you're laughing. Okay, we got the moment.
Well, or like you come home to a big like bouquet of flowers or something like that. It's like, do you have your phone in your face, or are you just like having a moment?
I know. See, that's like one of my biggest struggles is like full blown with social media, or do I just like go off the radar completely and not even worry about it? And then I get FOMO, and I'm like,
and then you get FOMO.
But I could try to become an influencer, but then I'm like, but do I want to spend all day every day on my phone posting? Because you know, there's so many parts of my life, specifically like the birth of my children, where I'm just like, I don't want to share that. Like that is so personal and like so private that I would not post that on YouTube for anyone to see, which is totally like up to them. Like I respect it. I don't have an issue with other people doing it. But the older I get, the more I'm like, ooh, there's so many things I'm doing with Luke and my family that I'm just like, but that's just like, I just want it to be for us. Like I just don't want that moment for others to be in on.
Well, I feel like there is like a big trend these days of influencers pulling back and creating boundaries around what like they do.
I think especially once some have had families.
Once
like
they've had families,
like,
I feel like a lot of the big influencers are moving into that phase of life, like all of like the OGs and whatnot. They are, and you're looking at all of those like crazy cases of, you know, parents and showing their kids online and all the controversies there, that a lot of people are saying like, okay, I'm going to do the influencer thing, but I'm going to structure these like parameters around it. Like I share this, I don't share that aspects of my life. Like I know some big influencers who like one that I follow, Kylie Ann, I believe, who's like a big pale redhead makeup girly, and she just got married and everything, and like we've never seen her husband, fiance, boyfriend, like never seen him, like his hands or something, but like you know, I don't know, like I guess that's part of the relationship or their agreement, and like just a boundary. And guess what, like her content's around makeup, so it doesn't matter. Like,
no,
doesn't matter.
True.
You gotta share it. But I think that that's an interesting thing when it comes to even this podcast, because like I want to post more, but I realize it doesn't come naturally to me, and I really, really like living my life in the moment.
And I didn't think I had FOMO. I thought I like really didn't care about certain things until kind of this weekend. I was like, oh shoot, I think I actually do have FOMO.
No, and then you realize like you're making decisions out of FOMO. Like you complimented that me and Hayden actually attended our cocktail hour. That decision, y'all, is purely out of FOMO. Like, I wanted to attend the event that I've been planning.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Like
why would you miss it? What would you be doing otherwise?
All of my friends are going to be sitting there, like, having cocktails and chatting. I love to, like, that's where
like,
I want to be.
Let's go.
I have to go take beach photos right now in this giant dress. No, thank you. I'm going to just hang with my friends.
Yeah. No, honestly, I think I loved that. I was shocked to see that because it's so not typical. But like the last time I can remember having serious FOMO would be in college, because I was not a part of a sorority, and so I didn't have like that group of girls I could go with. I just had tried to have a group of girlfriends, but it's harder when you're not as integrated and you're a transfer student, yada yada. But that's like the only other place where I'm like, I think I really had FOMO there. Now that I'm older, I'm kind of like, I can take it or leave it with plans, but I think that's not true. I think I have, like, I'm like, wait, no, but I do want to be invited. And if I say no, like, that's on me. But, like, can you at least invite me? Like,
yeah, like, you
I
still
definitely
want...
have FOMO. Yeah, with friends and plans.
I feel like because I'm in, like, you know, committed relationship now, like, I am so much better about, like, the FOMO. Like, I, you know, in my single life, I'm like, oh, my God, like, if everyone's hanging out, like, I need to go there. I need to be social. I need to be there. Like, I don't want people... I don't know, forgetting about me or not wanting to, invite me to the next thing. And so I felt the need very much to like not miss out on anything, kind of to stay relevant.
Yeah,
like,
well, it
to
makes
be
sense.
real. Yeah, and then like now you have your partner. It's like, y'all don't even need to know what we're up to. We got each other. Like we know what we're up to. Yeah. Like we're doing things and working on our own thing. So I don't have as much FOMO. Like Friday night, y'all went pickleball. To play pickleball and invited us to come. Yes. And we were like, it's okay, we can actually babysit because like we won't have, well, we'll catch the next one. Like we didn't actually have that FOMO.
Yes.
Because we're like, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I can miss one night of pickleball.
Yeah. I think when you're like newly married and stuff too, like this was a relationship hump, not a hump, but like just one of those things you have to like learn to manage is like the reprioritization of like your plans and what you're gonna do, especially like when it comes to like weeknights and weekdays and weekends, because you know, going from like bachelor life to like overnight being married with a kid, things are gonna change. It hits you fast, and hit my husband fast, and I know that we've had to do that where it's like, hello, you got to think of us too. It's not just like you can't just assume like what you want to do is what we all want to do.
It hit you guys way because your life took a change so much faster. Like I feel like Hayden and I have had so much time to settle into like a more like chill, albeit slightly mundane like lifestyle where we like stay in as a preference, and like we have our schedule hanging out with one another. Like we've lived together for over 2.5 years now. Like it's just we're chilling. But you guys, yeah, you hit the ground running, and so you had to switch from your social single friends focused life to baby priority husband now at home.
And some people might think that's like toxic. That's like some people might. Like on the outside, I feel like some guys are kind of like, what? They have to like ask you permission to do this or that. And I'm like, it's not permission. It's just, it's a different dynamic. And you're not in that season to understand that like, yeah, you got to run it by your partner about plans. Like I will ask Luke like, hey, is it okay if I do this? Because I don't know what he intended to maybe do on a Thursday night with us, or like what his ideas of like what he, mostly like him asking if it's okay to do something. It's not like, it's like, Mom, can I go do this? It's not like that. It's like, hey, this was offered. What do you think of this? Or like, what do you think of that? And then we can have a discussion about it so our expectations are in the same place, which I think is really healthy. But like, until you like are in that position, like I feel like you just have like when you don't have anything else to worry about, you're just like yes to like everything.
I said yes to everything,
and going from that to maybe not.
Dude, it sucks to have to like slow down your life and start to say no to things. Like to be maybe unpopular opinion there, like a lot of people I think are like really happy to do it, and me, I'm like, oh, but I want to do everything. Like, but you just can't. And like we started saying no to a lot of things last year on purpose to try to like calm down our life and like save money.
Well,
like,
saving money is a big thing.
Save time and use your time like so like purposefully. Like we started saying no to things where like, okay, yeah, we really don't want to miss that concert with that group of people, but it's a 5-hour drive there, 5-hour drive back just for a concert, while we could be working on work, trying to grow and build, like all of that. And like, is it wasteful? And so we started making like tough calls like that, and so now I don't say yes to everything, and it's a bummer.
Yeah, but there'll be a place where it's like, you know, when it's right, and when it's not, then it like then you're kind of like yes or no. But when it feels right, then you guys are both like hell yeah. Also, something you'll notice when you're in a relationship is that spending time together with other people is not quality time with just one another. So like you can go and do plans together, but if you're with other people, then you still need to find time for like that quality time.
Yeah, I know that you've talked on that one like a few times too, how like yes, you and Luke will like go out and be social, but you're like, but you still need your date night with him.
Yeah, you absolutely do.
Which for me, like I feel like I'm so excited when me and Hayden get to like go out and be social with other couples, because like we don't have kids, so like every night on our couch watching a show together is like,
yes,
man, we work together, I've been hanging out with you, what's up?
Yeah, no, it's totally different.
Yeah,
whereas me, it's like we don't see each other all day, and then it's with the kids, and it's like still you gotta find that quality time, one-on-one time.
Hang out with you. So how do you feel like your FOMO has been lately? Like
I think it's just more like when people are over, I love having people over, just because it's company, whether I'm dealing with the kids or not, it's just still company. It's an extra set of hands if like I need them, not that like I rely on that, but if I need them, then they're there. So the question is again,
how do you feel like you've been like with FOMO lately? Like I used to have so much FOMO. Like I definitely still have FOMO. Like have a good group of girlfriends up in Chicago, and like obviously I miss things all of the time because I don't live there, and like I know they have group chat without me, but sometimes things go in the group chat with me, and like well, I won't be making that, and I have to be good with like not being there for this and that, and I have to be good with saying no to things for my friends in Florida because we're St. Louis based. And so it's like I have had so many moments of like this exercise of doing my best to like overcome FOMO in recent years, and especially with like the whole season of my wedding, it was like overpowering because I said no to a lot, like right before your wedding, you know, you're like, I'm like anxious, like what if I'm like ready, like are there any like little last things? So like I didn't go, like I said no, we said no to 2 weddings like right before ours. Hayden went to like one of them without me because like as the groom, he's fine to do that. I need to stay home. Yeah. But like I just have had to say like no to a lot and opt out of a lot of things. And then like I said, even at my own wedding, I literally planned my wedding like activities around knowing that I would have FOMO. And the whole one of the reasons we did an all-inclusive resort like vacation was because I knew just one night of seeing people, like how was I going to be able to say hi to everybody?
Yeah,
and like that,
I know that was such a huge concern for you.
It was. And so like knowing that I was going to have multiple days that I'd get a chance to not just like stop in and say hi, but like actually get to have a conversation with multiple groups of people helped me bring down like my level of FOMO. And I don't want to be somebody who like my life runs based on that. All right, y'all, I actually just was looking up FOMO, and it's interesting because they talk about online how the root cause of FOMO is a combination of like that fundamental human desire, right, for social connection. I mean, we come from like the clan basic like society where people used to be constantly in a group of people working and living together, and belonging and inclusion amplified by the social comparison from social media, with one of the biggest tips to get over FOMO being limiting your social media usage or digital detox.
Oh.
Yeah. Like if you want to feel better about what you have going on in your current life, it's one thing to practice gratitude, practice mindfulness, but you need to actually shut off the comparison and the concern for what other people are doing, and remember to live in like your own life. Like, dude, this is so interesting to me because, you know, they talk about the increased rates of like anxiety and depression around like youth, because they talk about how humans used to only hear news and see like comparison of people who lived in close proximity to them. Like, for example, if we didn't have all of the access that we do, perhaps all we'd be concerned about is St. Louis area, the friends that we see here, how well we know that they're doing, quote unquote, in comparison to us, versus when you have access to online social media, you see how they live in New York and LA and Singapore, and you see all of these like girls our age who've made their first $1 million, and they are being flown on private jets everywhere, and like you wouldn't have access or expectation to have that in your radar of comparison if it weren't for social media. So when you detox yourself from that or limit your following to just people that you actually know who are real to you, like then your comparison, because people used to only compare themselves to their neighbors, right? Okay. Like how well are you doing in comparison to your neighbors who probably have similar jobs, similar income, you know, similar access to things as you. And if you were doing marginally well in comparison to your neighbors, you would be incredibly happy. Okay. You didn't have all of this that we do now.
So that's why it's so tough, because then the other hand is like, well, social media can be used as a career and like a job.
Look, I love it. It has a place. But when you talk about FOMO.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm just like stuck in this limbo of like, sometimes I'm like on a roll, and then recently the past month I've just been like, no, like I just don't, like I can't be bothered to post or like do anything, because I'm just like, I think what happens too is like if I'm not doing well in my personal life, then I'm just like, I'm posting to people who don't know me and they don't know I'm doing well, and I struggle sharing stuff then, because I'm just like, you guys have no idea, like, why am I going to post this? Like, you have no idea what's going on in my own personal life, because it's just people that are following you who don't actually know you, because they only know like whatever you post, which is not going to be the bad stuff.
No, that's why everyone's social media, as people know, is the highlight reel, and that's why FOMO is such a big problem right now.
Yeah.
Did you have FOMO missing my boat party?
We did have FOMO missing the boat party. But we just, I think the best way too is just like knowing yourself. You have to also think like, okay, I have less FOMO with people that I know are friends, like friends that I know are my friends.
Because it didn't concern you, like,
because
oh my God,
I
we
know,
missed this party, now nobody, like, everyone's going to forget about us and we're not going to be relevant anymore.
So it becomes easier to then be like, I don't have the capacity to do X, Y, and Z, or like, I'm just I can't make it, but I'll be there for anything else possible.
Well, I think that's one of those big things. Oh my God, the pets are chasing each other around right now. This is literally like a cat dog moment. Canella! Shh. Gotta be quiet, baby girl. But I think that this like outgrowing FOMO is one of those transitions of being like younger to older. Like you're more secure, right? So you care far less about what other people are doing and what other people like, even going out on the weekends. Like you don't.
When I'm like 60 years old, I'm gonna like, am I gonna and I have grandchildren, like, am I gonna care what my following on social media is?
Maybe.
Fuck you. Damn it. Okay, now I gotta get back into it.
No.
I could be one of those cool grandmas, but you know what I'm saying? Like at some point it ends. At some point it's like it's done.
Yeah, I mean, I was just fucking with you because it's not what I mean. What I mean to say
I know.
is like, I used to have such intense FOMO. I literally basically would probably make all of my decisions for like my week based on my FOMO. Like I wasn't going to miss something. And now I miss things all the time. I'm used to saying no and I really don't care. And a big part of that is because like I know myself and I know my life and my goals, and I just don't need like any of that anymore. Like I mean, yes, like every human, you need the human connection, but I know where I'm getting that from now. And it's not like a concern of like, okay, like, you know, I need to make connections. I need to network. I need to like develop my life. Like you do get to a point where you get to say, I like the life that I've built and developed. I'm confident and good with what I have. And guess what? Like the FOMO severely goes down. Like I'm good. Like I'm good staying at home on the weekends. I'm not.
Yeah. And you naturally start to find people that are in the same place. And then I think it becomes easier too, because then everyone's kind of like, oh, like what's our idea of hanging out? Well, maybe it's like staying in, cooking, and then drinking a bunch of
choose your cocktails,
drinks
by the bonfire.
But like
that's why it's like choose your comparison, right? Because again, comparison is the theft of joy. You need to be realistic about your access, your income, your neighbors. Look at your neighbors more than looking at social media.
There's this one girl. Literally one of my kids is waking up. I can hear her, so I'm gonna tell this story. But there's this one girl who I think is married to a DJ or something, and I saw one of her TikToks, and she's like, his sets when he plays his set will like sometimes be at like 4 or 5 in the morning at a club, which is insane, right? And she's like, I used to like stay out all night and like
you didn't want to miss it.
And she's like, now we go to bed, my girlfriends and I wake up at 4:30 a.m. we grab coffee and we go to the club. And that's like so funny. It's just reverse. It's just like instead of staying up all night, it's like, no, we'll go to bed early and we'll wake up early and go and support, because
start your day being amped.
Yes. Literally.
I love that.
That's the workout class. That'd be so fun.
That would be so fun. That literally would be your morning workout. Hell yeah, you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in for another episode.
Yeah, our fun little, cute little, short little episode.
We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.